I'm in Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon. Now this bustling metropolis vibrates with energy, innovation, and is the economic heart of Vietnam. Now the dynamic cityscape brings together the older than new really perfectly, and the dining scene here is exciting and ever evolving. I'm on the bustling street of Luke Nguyen in Thao Dinh, on my way to show you my most favorite dish in Ho Chi Minh City. Actually, it's everyone's favorite dish. In Hanoi, they have pho. In this city, we have cơm tấm sườn. And I'm here at cơm tấm, my favorite place. I can smell the aroma all the way down the street. Come have a look at this. Now we have the sườn grilling. It's char grilled pork chop or pork cutlet right over the charcoal there. Now it needs to be cooked over charcoal because you get the smokiness and the aroma that permeates through the meat itself. Oh, that is browning really, really nicely. Cô làm ơn cho cháu một cơm tấm bì sườn chả trứng. I'm getting a combination. Ooh, beautiful broken rice. Oh, nice and hot. We had chả as well. Oh la la, wow, look at that, wow. Now when they harvest the rice, it has its husk on it, right? So they need to remove the husk from its rice. That removal process, some rice grains get broken and they get discarded. Now that's called broken rice. This is what it is, really small pieces. They never used to be able to sell it, right? They can only sell the whole grain rice, but today it is much loved by all the locals. Now we have the beautiful nước chấm here, which is a really nice thickened fish sauce dressing that goes over the top. We have spring onion oil, and I love these little bits here that they give you. It's rendered, crispy pork fat, really, really crispy. Now we have the chả, which is your steamed egg meatloaf, I guess, or terrine with pork mince and little dots of woody mushroom in there. Of course, we've got the tomato, cucumber, and this is amazing as well. This is called bì, right? So bì is boiled pork skin, shredded with the pork meat and mixed with roasted rice powder. So cơm tấm bì sườn chả, and then trứng is your runny egg. Look at that. This is a great combination. I can eat this for breakfast, lunch or dinner. And don't forget about the hero, the char grilled pork cutlet. I eat this once a week. It's a lovely, lovely mix. Pork cutlet, broken rice, spring onion oil. That's a complete dish. Cơm tấm sườn is the dish of Ho Chi Minh City. You have to try it when you're here. I'm meeting Tony Wilson, a South Australian indigenous artist currently based in Saigon. Tony, I'm a big admirer of your work, and it's so cool. It's an honor to be here in Ho Chi Minh with you now. It's awesome. You're a native Australian artist. I love your work, but you spent a lot of time in Vietnam?
It initially happened through just visiting. I had a couple of short trips and loved the place straight away. I loved the place.
Incredible. So being in Vietnam, you feel the most comfortable here?
Essentially, I just feel good here, and every time I leave, I miss the place.
It's amazing.
You know?
So does being in Vietnam and the landscape or the culture, does that influence your work in any way?
My main art practice is painting.
Right.
But since I've been in Vietnam, photography has crept back up to be my number one. My photos are of Vietnamese people, a bit of street photography. So when the local people are giving the tick of approval, it feels pretty good.
Is there like a particular piece of artwork that you've worked on that has a whole combination of your native Australian connection, your Italian, and also a little bit of Vietnam?
It was a story of my grandparents. So my grandparents being Italian migrants and indigenous Australians. And it was a story about the way my parents meet. Me coming from Australia and feeling this connection here to Vietnam. And so like the two worlds coming together, the two people coming together, me coming from Australia and finding this second home feeling in Vietnam. So there was, that was probably
What's that called?
We meet at the river.
So the painting has a Saigon River in it?
Yes, so geographically it was inspired by the Saigon River, and at the same time it was connecting with the story of my lineage. And that's how I usually paint. When I used to view the artwork, I saw stars, so nighttime sky, galaxy, or it was what I imagined under the microscope energy looked like. So it's like the invisible spaces between the physical, and I'm trying to sort of visualize and depict that. The process is quite, it puts you into a meditation type mindfulness state. And in those moments, you know, all your senses are heightened and you're really present. Because it's like your awareness is increased. And then it's not like I can see it, but you just get these impressions. And so just things become more vivid, like my emotions will take on colour and or rhythms and stuff. And
Mate, can I see your studio?
Yeah, sure. Welcome to my home and studio, Luke.
Love it. Wow, look at these.
Yeah. Oh, these guys are amazing. This is Mr. Vin.
Mr. Vin.
Mr. Tran.
Yeah, you know all of them by name.
Yeah,
That's so
like
great.
every morning. Our communication's a little bit, we struggle.
But you communicate through your
But
art.
we
That's
still
beautiful.
chat every day.
Oh, tell us about this.
That's just a new painting that I'm working on.
And can you explain the whole process here?
Basically, it's a mark making technique.
Mark making. Okay.
Yeah, and I use different tools.
Now, Tony, do you have any of your finished art pieces in Vietnam?
I do actually. There's a new restaurant that's just opened up in District 1, Akuna.
I know Akuna.
The lead chef, Sam. Sam purchased a couple of my artworks, so
Awesome.
we could maybe pop down and check them out.
We should eat something. Sam,
Luke,
how you going?
good mate,
Hey,
how are
well,
you? Good to see you.
What a beautiful looking restaurant.
Thank you, mate. My baby.
It really is gorgeous. Now, Tony tells me he has some of these wonderful art pieces
I
here as
do.
well.
I have a few of them actually, but one of my favourite is just over here.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Look at the view you have here as well.
I know. And the connection between the two.
Gorgeous. So this looks amazing. First of all, Sam, what does Akuna mean?
It's an Australian indigenous word which means flowing water,
Flowing water.
which has a connection with the Saigon River.
And Tony, talk us through this process.
Well, yeah, so on the name of Akuna, meaning flowing water, I've incorporated into the design and using like a geographical setting, location of the restaurant. And we've got the Saigon River coming in, floating through.
And Sam, what's your style of food and your cuisine here?
I see, which is very tricky, Luke. Very tricky. I try and use the best of my two favourite countries,
Yep.
Australia, Vietnam. Mix them, I get inspired by just eating the street food here
But with great premium Australian produce.
with Australian produce.
Mate, what are you cooking for us today? What is
All
this?
right, this is my favourite dish on
Yep.
the menu at the moment.
Yep.
We have some Aussie pork chow, so pork chow
Wow.
from Queensland, Australia.
So pork chow is just under the cheek of the
Exactly.
pig, right?
This I cook for about 12 hours in a
Wow.
salted chicken stock. And then I cut it up. We cut into perfect little squares because we're super fancy.
Yes, I know. Fine dining.
Fine dining. Pork in here.
Yep.
All right, so smoking.
Yep.
I've got some oak wood chips. So this just adds another depth of flavour to the dish. Here it comes.
Look at that. Smells amazing
So
already.
the smell is beautiful.
Yeah.
It catches onto the pork, which
Yep.
is unbelievable. And it just makes the dish, takes it to the next level.
Wow.
And then we've got the pork.
Wow.
Yeah.
That looks so good and smells
It smells beautiful.
amazing.
And the smoke just sort of catches onto the pork.
Yep,
Beautiful.
perfect. And then what about all this here?
So then we've got all the ingredients.
Yep.
Basically Tonkin jasmine. So we can
Throw
put a
that
few
in.
inside.
Lovely Vietnamese ingredients you got happening
Exactly.
here. Yep.
Some termite mushrooms,
Yep.
which is also a local mushroom.
Goes in.
Put a few of them in there as well. Sorry, let's put a few of them.
Yep. And what's this one here?
This is the abalone.
This fresh Australian abalone comes from the pristine waters of Tasmania.
So it adds a little bit of sourness to the dish.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm in the presence of two great artists,
Yeah.
Tony and Chef Sam. I mean, this is
beautiful.
like your studio here, isn't
This
it?
is it, yeah.
This is where you create your art, your inspiration from Vietnam,
Yeah,
right, and
yeah.
from Australia.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful to see, and I love that connection of Tony's art pieces here,
Yeah.
and then you're cooking it all. It
Yeah.
all comes together in
That's how
one.
it works.
It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Sam, before we start, I mean, this is like a canvas, right?
is, yeah.
It is. I mean, I saw Tony's canvas this
yeah,
morning.
exactly.
This is your canvas.
This is my canvas. This is my artwork. But we're going to go a little bit of kohlrabi puree.
Puree, right in the middle.
So just in the middle.
Silken tofu.
Silken tofu, just in the very center. Texture.
Amazing.
different taste.
Okay, it's good. Another little lotus seed there.
Perfect. And then to finish,
What's that? The masterpiece.
The masterpiece.
I'm gonna give you one more piece of mushroom. Look at that.
and we have the scallop
Wow.
sheet. So super thin.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful textures, shiny. And then what we do is basically we're just going to cover all this, and I like to drape it over.
Oh my
So
gosh,
like this.
that's amazing.
So there's one, so there's just silver
And the gold?
and the gold.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah, the gold over the top.
This is spectacular.
And I like the idea that it's
Wow.
almost, when it goes to the table, you don't know what's going on, there's all sank in inside. So
Man,
that's
you've-
my art piece right
You've
there.
got the brilliant Australian produce in there, Vietnamese influence, done.
The broth makes this whole dish.
Wow, so delicate. I'm gonna try the
Yeah, you gotta get the broth. The broth is the best part. So much
Ooh.
umami, all the flavors in the broth. And then you've just got all the different textures.
Wow,
You've got the scallop bun kun in there,
look at that. Amazing. Oh, I can smell the smoke.
the smoked pork.
Are you saying Vietnamese? No?
Red ngon. Red ngon.
Delicious.
Right? No.
That's good. I'm happy with that. I'll take that. It's beautiful.
The Australian pork jowl with the bun kun.
It's the best of Australia and Vietnam.
What wine would you drink with this?
So let me serve you the Australian wine, Mometh Pinot Noir from Adelaide.
So the Pinot Noir will go really well with the pork jowl and
Yes.
I'm having the most incredible fine dining experience,
really
overlooking the beautiful vistas of Saigon, whilst enjoying a delicious Pinot Noir from South Australia, which pairs perfectly with the smoky pork jowl and J Tiger abalone.
Such an honor to be here with you. Cheers. Thank you, Sam, too.
Thanks,
You're a
mate.
legend.
I've been truly inspired by being in the presence of these two great, skillful artists. Chef Sam and Tony have showcased Australian indigenous art and premium Australian produce so well, combining their work with local Vietnamese ingredients, culture, and landscape. And as Chef Sam put it so well earlier, this is the best of Australia and Vietnam. I feel so lucky to have them both join me in Saigon, as I so much admire their work and what they have done and contributed to this incredible, vibrant city of Ho Chi Minh. I look forward to seeing you in my next culinary adventure.